Hey.
Hello, hello.
All right. So let me get these things set up here. All right. As people are coming in, we'll just reintroduce ourselves over and over
Okay.
again. Hey guys. Hey y'all. Happy Saturday evening. Welcome to the Balanced Lifestyle Series. Y'all know this is my monthly series. I do. And I have a special guest today, Miss Danielle. Before I go ahead and introduce Danielle, my name is Grace. I am a board certified psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. I also am the CEO of smilebiz LLC, is a personal development company where I teach high performing women how to live a balanced lifestyle, so they can be able to gain a life of peace, prestige, purpose, and prosperity. As y'all know, I'm also a psychiatric nurse practitioner. I am a speaker. I am a transformational coach and a published author. Yeah, put some respect on that. So welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for coming in today. As more people come in, as you're coming in, go ahead and say hey, say what's up, so I can shout you out before I go ahead and introduce Danielle. Okay. So Danielle, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for coming on. As you guys know, the Balanced Lifestyle Series is a monthly series I do, and I bring other experts in to be able to pour into you because there's so many hats that we wear as women. And it's important that I bring up other women in and collaborate with other women that can kind of pour into your life. So this particular month, we're going to be talking about business. All right. Mind your own business. And I know there is some boss chicks out there. Go ahead and tag some of your boss chicks, any aspiring entrepreneurs. Go ahead and tag them, join into this conversation because we really need to have a reveal what business is really about, because what you see on the social media streets ain't always what it is. Okay. So I want you guys to go ahead and tag your friends, share this content, jump in, say hi, let's get started. So Danielle, thank you so much for coming on. Danielle is actually, I just met Danielle this year. No, it was last year. Last year I
Yeah.
met Danielle, right? And so me and Danielle we're not A1 from day one, but she's my sister. She's
Yes.
my sister. We actually had the same, hey Sammy, what's up? We actually had the same coach, right? So we have the
Yes.
same coach. So we're in this business coaching program, and that's how I actually met Danielle. And I loved everything about Danielle. You good. I love everything about Danielle because Danielle is consistent. She is my type of chick. She don't give up nothing. She stay committed. Every time I turn around, she got a reel doing her little things. And she on in the story, she posted her stuff, her content. Danielle is the perfect person to talk about this because she's so committed and consistent and passionate about empowering women in business. So I'm so thankful for her for joining on. I appreciate you. So let me just give y'all a little background on Danielle, and then we'll get started with what we're going to talk about tonight. So Danielle is the wife. A
Mm-hmm.
wife. Okay. Yeah, show them that ring, girl. Show that ring. Let's be good. Let's be good. So she's a wife of Lance. She's the author, CEO of Girl It's Go Time. I told y'all she's committed. She are a girl. It's go time. That right there empowers you, right? To just go, right? She wrote Girl It's Go Time to empower women to get off the sideline and go after everything with their name on it. As a business coach and strategist for female entrepreneurs, her goal is to teach foundational principles of entrepreneurship and encourage women not to sleep on themselves like she did for so long. Girl Is Go Time is founded on three pillars: mindset, motivation, and movement. Danielle is excited about what the future holds as she builds generational wealth. To generational wealth for her family and her clients. Thank you so much, Danielle. This is great bio. So, as I said, Danielle is a business coach and a strategist. So, we're going to actually, the topic this month, we're going to talk about the untold truths of entrepreneurship. Because, like I said, what you see on social media ain't always what it is. You
Mm-hmm.
don't see the behind the scenes, you don't see the tears, the sweat, the blood, sweat, and tears people are going through to make sure their business is profitable. And also, as she said, generational impact, because it's not just about getting that bag. It's really about purpose, right?
Yes.
So Danielle's gonna go through a little bit. So I just want to talk to Danielle. Like, how did you even get started? Like, how did this? Like, did you just wake up one morning? I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. Like, how did you kind of get into this field?
So for me, entrepreneurship just kind of came organically. My mom sold children's clothing when I was growing up. She had a boutique. It was called D&D Boutique after my brother Danielle and Danielle Boutique. And so I would go with my mom to market to buy clothes. I would go with her when she sold the clothes. Like she would bring the clothes to like the beauty salons on Saturday morning. So while everybody else was asleep on Saturday morning, we were in the beauty salon selling clothes. Go over and get the size 7. Go, do all of that stuff. So entrepreneurship came kind of organically for me, but I love the fact that because of what she was doing, she was able to make every school event I had, every teacher parent conference, all the field trip, like because she had her own schedule. And so that's what I really want to be able to do for my kids. But along with that, I decided to major in small business and entrepreneurship in college. I want to open up a dance studio. That's the only reason I went to college, because I danced and that's what I wanted to do. And so I got my degree in that, and literally maybe a year after I was like, okay, it's time for me to open. And I opened and I failed miserably. So I had all the books, I knew how to do all the stuff, but I did not know the principles of getting it done in real time, the practical principles. I just thought, oh, well, I open it, people gonna come. And that's what a lot of people think. It takes more than that. What is your marketing strategy? Do you have a budget for this? Like, is this going to be feasible? Do you have money to put into it? A lot of times people get in business and just think, I'm going to make money without investing, and it does not work. It doesn't work that way. And that's why failure and frustration comes, because it's like, hey, I got in business to make money. You did, but you have to invest, just like you have to invest to become a doctor, teacher, lawyer. You invested in those fields. And sometimes because it's entrepreneurship and everybody can get in it, which is great, we don't take the time to think, what investments do I need to make sure that this is successful? So I did the dance studio failed. So I ended up substitute teaching, and then I decided, okay, well, maybe I want to teach. So I ended up getting my certification in business education. So for the past 8 years, I've been teaching entrepreneurship in a high school setting. So I literally do this all day, every day. And what I started to realize was there were my high school students getting this information, but there were women that needed this same information that didn't have this class in high school, that did not go to college for this, but they needed the same information to be successful in their business and to truly make money. So that's what transitioned me to doing business coaching for female entrepreneurs. So that's a start.
Wow. Well, that's amazing. It's amazing because you had that foundation already from your mom, watching her and seeing how she balanced everything. And this is why it's called Balanced Lifestyle Series, because I believe that as women, we can pretty much do anything that we put our minds to do. You know what I mean? So because people think, oh, because you're in a career or you're an entrepreneur, you can't be a mom, you can't be this. And I don't believe in that. I don't think we are limited to that. So I'm glad that you was able to even get that exposure for your mom to show you, okay, you can do this, and then for you to go out there and fail. Some people will just run the other direction. Like, this ain't for me. But you kept on going, and you see how God just pushed you. He still kept you in your purpose, because although what you first went for may not have came out the way that you wanted to come out, but you was able to take that experience and get to the next season. Now you're still doing this. You was doing that, and then cultivating your skills to be able to branch into this. And you had said something. You said that people just go in there, they just have this mindset to make money, and they don't realize the investment piece. So talk about the investment piece, because as I said, this social media streets will have y'all thinking like y'all just like balling. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. So talk about that investment piece, like how you invest in your business.
It's so important, because the things that you're investing in are ultimately going to make you money. And so it's not like you're just investing and giving your money away. Some people think like business coach, they'll like, oh, well, I'll get a business coach like year 5. Sis, you're not going to make it to year 5. It's not going to happen, because you're not going to have the foundations to even get there. And so you're like, oh, well, I have my job and then I want to start a business. Well, you need to start saving some of that money from your 9 to 5 to invest in your business. You can't just think it's just going to pop up and run solo like that. For me, my biggest investment was 45 days into my business. I hired a business coach, even though I was one. And people are like, well, why you need one? Look, just because you are something does not mean you don't need somebody hired to
Mm-hmm.
assist you in it. When your kids are trying to learn how to play the piano or play basketball, what do? You get them a coach at the beginning. You don't
That's
wait until they're
right.
in high school to finally get them formal training. You do it as early as possible. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the same with business. You get the foundation as early as possible because the coaches, the experts, they get you to your goal a lot quicker without
That's
all the
right.
mistakes, without all the head bumps. They're
Mhm.
able to give you an ongoing advice as things come up. And so investing in that is so important because you get to have access to the stuff people work hard for, they cry for, they pay. Like you get to have
Bam.
access to them by
Mhm.
making that investment. So it's never too early to invest in anything for your business, especially somebody that is saying, hey, I want to assist you in this. I hear your goals. I know how to help you get there. But a
Mhm.
lot of people, they'll see like, oh, the business coach, and then they'll wait. Well, as you're
Mhm.
waiting, your business is retrogressing. Every day
Say
that
that again.
you are not going any further because
Mhm.
the furthest you're gonna go is the information you have now. And until you get some more information, you're just gonna be where you at. Now, if you're happy, stay there. But if you're not happy where you're at right now in your business, there is something you need to be doing. It needs to be a course, a program, a workshop. There
Mhm.
is something that you need to be making an investment in to go to the level that you're trying to go to.
That's right. You cannot. The word tells us you reap. You reap what you sow. Right. That goes both ways. You have to invest. I remember my first coach was in 2019.
Mhm.
Guy had told me I was going to do for me to do a speaking and coaching program. Turn my blog and podcast and speaking and coaching. And I'm like, what? You want me to do a business. I invested in a speaker and coaching, and a coach
Mhm.
to help me to even learn the foundation about how to even do a program, how to even
Yeah.
create signature courses, how to pitch when it comes to pitching for speaking gigs, all
Mhm.
these different things. And I made that investment. Did it hurt my heart to make the investment? I sure did. Sacrifice is painful.
Yes.
It's gonna
It's
stretch
not
you.
fun.
It ain't fun. It's gonna stretch you out your comfort zone. It's gonna stretch you out your comfort zone. But I needed that, and ever since then, I've been investing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So each season, he instructs me to invest in something to get me to the next place. So I completely understand what you're saying. You invest right in the beginning.
Mhm.
If you want to get to the next place, you have to invest your time.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to invest your resources. Point
Exactly.
blank. Period. That's it. And Danielle and I, we are only telling you what we've done. We're not telling you to go do something that we have not done.
Mhm.
And
We're
I can
still
hear,
doing it.
yeah, when we're still doing. I still got a coach.
Yes.
And it's so amazing that you say, as a business coach, you even have a business coach. As a personal development, as I do personal development, I have a personal development coach.
Mhm.
I have a personal development coach. I sure do. You know what I'm saying? With a business coach. So investing is so important. Investing in yourself, investing in courses, investing in workshops, getting a mentor, getting coaches, because they will give you that support and accountability you need to get to that place where you need to be. If you don't do that, you will be stagnant and you will be in the same place.
Mhm.
Come next year, you're gonna be crying, woohoo. What happened to It's because you did not make that investment.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's just what it is. So investment is not supposed to make you feel good. It's going to stretch you. So that was good that you said that. And so getting started in business itself, before the logo, before the LLC, or all these other business statuses people
Mhm.
have, what should be looking at before you even go get that logo? Because once you get the logo and status, not that doesn't mean that you have a business. you so
Yeah.
should people be thinking about before all that stuff?
One of the main things, whatever they're thinking about doing, is it really needed in the marketplace? Like, what problem are you going to be solving? And if you don't feel like it's going to solve a problem, then it's just going to be a hobby. And then you're not going to get the support because people are like, well, we don't need that. And so you have to identify what group of people actually need it. So identifying your target market before you even get started is pivotal because it helps you decide what your logo is going to be, what your colors are going to be, what your name might even be. So knowing that, instead of, because a lot of people end up going through a rebranding 6 months into their business because they didn't do all those things. So you paid for the logo, you did the website, all that. Now you're paying to do it all over again because you didn't do the research prior to. And make sure that you know things about business, like what is good customer service, like what does that look like, what are people going to expect depending at the price point that you're going to be at. Certain people at certain price point, they expect excellent customer service or excellent customer experience. So you trying to charge 5 figures, but you giving $20 service. It's not going to work like that. You're not answering emails. You don't return phone calls. It's a week and it should be 48 hours. Like there are certain things that you need to know that are pivotal to making sure that your business has integrity. A lot of people getting in business with no integrity at all. Like they just scammers and they acting like they business owners and all this stuff, and they getting all this stuff is happening because you got a scammer mindset, and that's not going to work. That's not going to work with actually progressing your business. It might work for a few months, but people are going to get tired of that. They're going to start giving you bad feedback. They're going to start blasting you on the internet, and you wondering, well, what happened? You happened. You did not have the foundation that you should have had to do it successful. Not that your product was not good, not that your service wasn't good, but you didn't have the foundations of entrepreneurship. And that's what messed you up. You didn't have a mission. You didn't have a vision. That all it was make some money. That's not good enough. And even if you are wanting to do good, you still have to make sure that you have a mindset of, I'm going to be in this for the long haul. Because if you come in and say, oh, if it don't work in 3 months, it ain't gonna work in 3 months. Because you already said that's as long as you're gonna give it. Like going into marriage and say, oh, after the first year, if it ain't good, I'm out. You already setting yourself up to be out within a year. So you have to go with the mindset of, I want to do this long term. This does solve a problem for people, and I am going to make a difference. So there's some key things that you need to do. Make sure you're passionate about it. Like, don't just do something because it's a trend. Trends change all the time, and as they changing, what you gonna do? Like, you just gonna change your business every 6 months? It doesn't work like that. You have to be consistent. And if you struggle with procrastination, you need to work on that before you start a business. Like,
Ma'am, don't get me started by the procrastination. That's in my don't get me started on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Harlan, I think that's how she pronounced the name. She said
Harlan,
mindset.
that's my mother in love.
Oh, mother-in-law, how you doing? Yeah, mindset is a big thing. People think mindset is fluff. And the live I did yesterday, I was talking about negative thinking. If you already have your foot out the door, you're not going to be fully committed. You're not going to be consistent, and you're going to show up a hot mess. That's the best word. You're going to show up a hot mess because you're not giving your whole full 100%. You're giving half.
Yeah.
And it's going to affect your clients. You know, you're not going to be in business long if your mindset is like that. So that was a very, very good point. And that actually can segue into just about the consistency. You said if you said in 3 months, you're going to quit, in a year, you're going to quit, you know, how do people not give up? You know what I'm saying? With your business, you start off and it didn't go the way you wanted to go the first time around. How can people, if they experience something like that, how can they just get that encouragement back to?
So this was something completely unrelated, but I was reading an article. There's some twins in Baton Rouge, they're teaching kids how to unicycle, right? And so riding a bicycle can already be one thing, but a unicycle, like, that's straight up like, wait, what? Balance and all that stuff. And I heard them tell the kids, I read that they tell the kids, if they fall off, don't say I fell off, say I dismounted. So you change your mindset. I didn't fail. I just dismounted so I can mount back up again. And so it's all about mindset. So a lot of times when people fail, they feel like, oh, I got to start all the way over from the beginning. No, you don't. Just pick up from right where you are, figure out what happened, and do it again. And with business, you are going to have, and a lot of times people feel like, oh, well, it's not working. There might need to be a pivot that takes place. It doesn't mean that you have to just throw your business away, you might need to pivot. You might need to redirect who your products and services are for. You might need to get a different target market because you're trying to charge high level and high ticket, but you targeting people that they ain't high ticket, like $100. They looking at you like, what a payment plan, right? But you trying to charge high ticket. So you have to make sure that you're pivoting with the industry as well. So just because it's not working out immediately does not mean it will never work. And again, you're going to need some new information to know how to make those changes. Because for you, it's like, okay, I was focused. This is what I'm doing. And a lot of times when we're in it so close, we can't see what's going on around us. That's why I decided to get a business coach, because I needed somebody that could see wider than what my focus was. I had an event coming up, and my business coach told me, no, you need to push that time back because there's not enough time. I could have listened to her. I could have said, nope, I'm doing it anyway. But I decided to listen. Right.
That's
so
right.
you have to get those people in your lives that are business minded, not just your friends. Of course, your friends might say, go ahead, girl, but they don't know nothing about business. How you listen to them? Like, yes, they're there for support, but they can't really guide you unless they're in it themselves or they have a certain level of expertise. So when you get frustrated, you just got to keep going. You got to know that your purpose, your mission for it is greater than whatever little setback, whatever little dismount that you had, so you can keep going. So with me, because I coach female entrepreneurs, I can't give up, because if I do, that means that they're not going to go to the next level.
That's
So
right.
it's not just about me and my business. I know what I do is helping other people's businesses
That's right.
and helping them build generational wealth. So because it's so meaningful to me, I just can't just stop. And even with that business I told you that failed, it did fail. But about 4 years later, it didn't fail at that time. I ended up partnering with a friend, and we had a successful dance studio for 5 years. So if
Yes.
this happened then, and I could have said, well, I'm never going to dance no more. I'm never going to be in business no more. I could have said all that, but I would have stopped what was on the way. I never got frustrated. And all the schools I ended up teaching at, I ended up teaching dance after school. So I still
There you
did
go.
exactly what I wanted to do and exactly what my goal was. It just looked a little different. And
That's
sometimes in business, things just look a little different. And that is okay. From how you thought it was gonna look in your mind doesn't mean that it failed. Y'all know girls go time, all things are working together for your good. And so
That's
with that
right.
being said, even if it's a dismounting here or somebody didn't support me over here, all that stuff, keep going. You cannot give up after 3 months, because the truth is people don't know you yet to really be supporting you like you think they should. And all your family and friends are not your target market. So
That's right.
if you really make sure that you have your stuff together and people are getting to know you, you cannot expect that level of success at that moment. But keep being consistent. The people, they're watching you. I've had people recommend me, and I'm like, I don't even know them. They're watching because they see that you're being consistent. They see other people doing recommendations and all of this stuff. But you cannot just say, oh, well, it didn't work out.
That's right.
If you stop, it's never going to work out.
That's so good. Evita said language we reinforce over ourselves is key. Yes, because we speak what we speak, it can manifest, so you have to stay committed. You said you had so many good nuggets to drop about. Even what really touched me was when you said that business made a fail then, but that doesn't mean that it's a failure, because in the day, look, sometimes it's about time in the season. And you learned, and then another season it blossoms. So that seed that you planted in that one season now blossomed to another season. So it's amazing. You said vision push. Vita said vision push you past fatigue and down to God's every decision. Absolutely. That's why I said don't chase the bag, chase the purpose. Chase the purpose. You will always have provision when you chase the purpose. And when your mission was bigger than you, because you knew that there were people that was attached to your business. So if you just give up then they won't be able to walk into their destiny and things they got to do to impact
Exactly.
other people, and that's just what it is. I've been doing this in like 2019. I'm just now being known as the life strategist. I'm just being now known. Oh, Grace, I need help with stress management. Can you help me? Okay, I've been doing this for this long. Y'all just now. So
Yeah.
you have to stay consistent and committed. It does not matter. And just because you don't get views or someone didn't like your stuff, whatever. As you said, people are watching.
Yeah.
People are watching. I literally just got talked to someone even about doing a speaking engagement. I don't even know this lady. I don't know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
She saw my video somewhere
Mm-hmm.
and DM me. That's what she told me. So I
Exactly.
was like, okay. I set a calendar. We set up a meeting, and she told me about her event and everything. So people are watching you. Just stay consistent and committed, and just know that know your why, and that's
Mm.
what's going to push you when you start having those discouraging moments, or like, oh my God, I didn't book this. Oh my God, I didn't get this. Just know your why, and that will continue to encourage you to move forward. And I appreciate you dropping that, and just even sharing your personal experience with that. And I think that you kind of touched on about bouncing back even after the dismount. It was a failure. Okay. I like that what you
Now,
said. I ain't fail. I
yeah.
just dismounted. Like, I ain't nothing. Like, I took my shoulders off. They ain't nothing.
Yeah.
I got 99 problems, but failing ain't one. Okay. I got bars. Okay. I'm just don't mind me. Yeah, so you shared a little bit about that.
Mhm.
So I have some off the wall, off the
Okay.
for you.
Okay.
Kind of like being where you are now in your
Mhm.
business. Is there something that you can take from even when you started from the beginning? Like, I know there's a difference now in how you operate, but
Mhm.
for someone who know what you know now, and someone who just starting out, like, what is like the main thing you could tell them just based on where you are now? If that
Um,
makes sense what
the
I'm asking.
main thing for me, and especially if you have a service-based business, the main thing for me was when I started off like I was a newbie, and I wasn't. Like I started like I was just the first time I ever taught entrepreneurship. My pricing started that way because it was like, well, it's a new business and all that stuff. But my expertise was not new. My degree was not new. None of those things were new. But I felt like, well, I'm new in the industry, but I really wasn't. So a lot of times when you have a service-based business, you probably have been doing that thing for a while. You probably have degrees and certificates and all that stuff, but you come in scary basically. And that scared mentality when you come in, that pushes people away. People, they're drawn to confidence. They're not drawn to, oh, well, she helped me in my business, but she don't really sound too sure of herself, right? So you need to come in confidently about whatever you've done, even if it didn't have that name on it, right? Even though I was doing teaching, it didn't say girl, it's go time. It said East Baton Rouge Parish School System, or it said Dallas Independent School System, right? So, but I was still doing the same exact expertise each and every day. So make sure that when you're getting started, quote unquote, that you show up like the expert you are. Like you don't have to wait until year 5 to be like, oh, I'm here. No, 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 no. You need to come out the gate like that, and you will watch how many people are drawn to you when you start stepping and walking in the confidence that you already have. You've done this before. Stop just because you got your LLC say it's been there for 2 weeks. That don't mean you just learned everything in 2 weeks. You have years of experience. I've talked to clients that were opening stuff, and I was like, okay, well, what have you done before? Oh, I've been this for 8 years. But so why are you acting so scary then? Like why do you think because it's a new business that you're going to be discredited for everything that you have? The people, first of all, people don't really care. They just want to know that you're going to get them from point A to point B.
That's
Anyway,
right.
we as an entrepreneur feel scary about it. I just
Mhm.
stop being scary. Like that's the biggest thing I can, because that's who I was. Like if when the first week of coaching with Felicia and Candace told me to send her my prices, and she said, "Oh no, ma'am, no,
I
ma'am."
think I might have been on that session. I was like, I ain't gonna tell them what I was charging.
She said,
Danielle
"Send
paved
me
the
your
way for us.
prices." She said she chopped them things down. I was
I
like,
said, no, ma'am, that sound like her.
and it was an email. I was like, I ain't never felt so corrected by typing before. And so, but because she knew who I was and the expertise, she like, well, why you charging like
Yeah.
you are just like you in college trying to get a summer job? Like, why are you doing that? And so it's a hard pill to swallow because then you have to go through, am I worth it? Is my expertise worth it? And
Yeah.
so you have to get over the mindset of, yes, what I'm giving, but especially in coaching of anything, you're going to end up helping those people make money. So
That's
them
right.
investing this 1,000, 15, whatever they invest in, guess what? It can turn into 20,000 for them.
Hmm.
So you have to price accordingly, but you have to give excellent service with that. Don't just price at a price
Yeah.
that you can, and then everything else about you don't everything else is looking crazy in your business.
Hmm.
But you cannot just come in, even if you are new, don't come in scary. Like,
That's
don't come
right.
in like you a fish out of water. Like, make in the way that you don't do that, you get the foundation before you start. Like, there's a way to combat that. You need to know what is my customer service going to look like? What are my policies going to look like? If I need help with something, who am I going to call for that help? Or I'm gonna just find myself in a situation and not have anybody to support me. So there's ways to combat it, but my biggest advice: stop being scary. It ain't a
She
good look.
said, stop being scary, y'all. Like, come on now, do it anyway.
Yes.
Do it anyway. Even if you scared, do it anyway. So it sounds like you hit on some good points, like the mindset and confidence. And these are all internal things, right? These are things that you can't really learn in a book.
Yeah.
Is go through experience before you step in it. Because people, they, as you said, they get the logo, they get the business status, and they don't understand that to have that entrepreneurship, to be able to even launch into that, it's a lot of internal things that you have to go through. When I first was pricing even for the workshop, I'm like, I had to take a moment.
Uh-huh.
Like, this is a big jump from what I was doing
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
So it stretches you, it stretches your mindset, but you really have to put value stack what you're doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because as you said, you've been doing this for a long time. And I mean, I've always done personal development. I
Mm-hmm.
am a psych MP.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people all the time, I'm actually saving you money because to come see me in the office, I'm actually saving y'all some money.
Yes.
Okay, to get a
Yes.
therapist. Okay, that's a whole other thing. So I've been doing it for such a long time, as you said, even though it may not be in the business atmosphere, but
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this for a long time. Why am I shortchanging myself? It makes absolutely no sense. And then I think about the impact, what I'm giving to people so they can launch into whatever God has called them to, whether it's business, writing a book, ministry, whatever, God has called them to. I am impacting them in a way where they can step up and be able to, when it's that season for them branch out, they'll have the foundation aligned, so they won't get burnt out when they're doing all these different things that they're called to do, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you're absolutely correct. The mindset, the confidence, and don't be full of fear. Like, just cast that spirit of fear, because we wind up getting stuck in our own minds. We are the ones that get in our own way. And when you're able to break through that mindset, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
Yes.
So what would you let me ask this, in your business, like, even now,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything that you regret that you may not have done, or you feel like you could have done better in the beginning? Like, we all
Right.
have room for improvement.
Yeah. Definitely. Like, I literally just got. I mean, when I started. Like, I started my laptop and my phone. Like, I just called, I would just call
Mhm.
and we would have our sessions, right? And so the things that I guess regret or teach people to do differently, making sure your pricing is together, making sure that you have a business plan. So many people just get started and they ain't got no plan. They just think from day to day. You cannot have a business planning from day to day. It do not work like that. So one of the things I would suggest, or something I guess I didn't do, was like really plan out my year and see, okay, I'm having a workshop this day, I'm having a masterclass this day, I'm starting my program this, right? And so it was just kind of sporadic, and now it's more organized. So now my clients are getting better service because they know, okay, this is lasting this long. She's gonna launch this whenever, whatever. And even for me, so I'm not just like all over the place. So planning things out help you not be all over the place. So as a teacher, I have to do a lesson plan every week, right? So I have to plan. So when my students come, I'm not just like, I don't know what we're doing today. Because if I do that, mayhem in the classroom, because I don't have any management in control there. Like, it's just like I'm just winging it. You can't wing it in business. You can't.
Yeah.
You have to have some sort of a plan. Get a planner. Use it faithfully. Do something to where if you write it or if you like typing it, whatever you like to do, but make sure you have a strategic plan of what you're going to do for that year. And so you can hit those goals, because sometimes we're frustrated, but we ain't really have no goals set. So how can we know if we met them or not if there weren't really any
Right.
set? We didn't have any dates on them. So make sure that you plan. And if you need some, get somebody to help you plan, because sometimes, again, you're too close to it. All you see is your laser focus, and other people can see the full year. Break it down into quarters if a whole year is too late. But make sure that you have a plan. So that's one thing that I wish I would have done when I first got started, had a strategic plan for the entire year.
Well, that's good. Yeah, strategic planning. Big on that. I think so it sounds like you're talking about planning, having a system, just having an idea of where you're going. And that's good for you too anyway, because you're going to have a time when you need to reevaluate. You know what I mean? Like, what went well, what didn't go well, what can I try for next time? Because as you said, in business, is always going to be a pivot. I know many people, when COVID hit, didn't think things were going to shift the way they did. But if you're not flexible to pivot and you don't have a plan together, you won't even know where you need which things you need to move around and stuff like that. If you're just winging it and don't have a system and don't have a support team to help you be able to pivot, it's going to be difficult for you. So that was so good. And I think you pretty much touched on everything. Is there anything we left out? Anything else? Because I know this is the untold truths. Is there? This last question. Give me one thing. Give me a fact and a myth, like a myth and a fact. Myth that you always see people talking about, or you see on social media or whatever, that people really think this is what it is, and then a fact.
Let's see. A myth would be that you're gonna pop up today, and by Friday you're gonna be a millionaire.
Say that again.
Because I really feel like that's what people think. That is a myth. A lot of the people that you are now seeing, they've been working behind the scenes. You just did not know them. And so it looks like, oh, well, they were just here, and then a month later they're there. No, but they've been doing the work. And so a lot of times they were doing the work possibly before social media was what it was. So you just met them, but that does not mean that they just started working. And so the fact of the matter is, it's gonna take a little time, but you have to start. You have to go so you can even have that time and space in between. So don't feel like, I've literally seen in some Facebook groups, well, I've been in business a month and I only made 5 sales. Maybe only 5 people know you. And they did support you, right? And so the support thing is big. Like, well, listen, these people have to vet you. Like, they need to see you. And the going live thing. If you're not willing to go live, you need to change that, because people literally need to hear your voice. They need to hear your mannerisms. Like, that's, even as people, as you're watching us now, you are making decisions about us. If you need one of our services, is that somebody I would like to work with? Do I feel like I can be connected to them? Do I feel like we have the same values? So if you're not doing that, you leaving money on the table, basically, because people do not want to be social with your logo. So if you feel like you could just put your logo out there and you don't have to be present, That's not the case. You're not Nike. I'm sorry, but even Nike, even though it's not the founder doing it, he got LeBron James doing it. They got Michael. So they still have people in front of the camera that you can connect with. And if you just feel like logos is gonna be enough for you, it's not. So you have to definitely get over that to make sure that people know, like, and trust you before they spend money with you.
That's
And
right.
if that happens, you are going to be in a little bit of rut. But for me, since I started coaching, of all the clients I've had, maybe 3 I know personally, just 3. All of these other women have found me on social media, every one of them, or at a live event of some sort. They in all different cities, Canada, they everywhere. And they have never met me in person. And that is okay. So don't feel like, oh, I'm stuck to where I'm at. Baby, this social media, you ain't stuck nowhere.
You ain't
Like, you
stuck.
can be everywhere in the world.
That's right.
Like, there are literally no limits right now
That's
because
right.
everybody is tuned in. Usually on a 6 o'clock, if COVID wouldn't hit, would nobody be watching this right live anyway, right? They'll be out.
Yeah, that's right.
But because
That's
of where
right.
we're at, people are at home, they are more tuned in, they want to learn, and this is the way that they're able to without having to physically go to a location. And so you have to take advantage of that. Stop feeling
That's
like,
right.
oh, well, I can't do what I used to do. Well, do something different then. Like, there are opportunities because there are people thriving in the midst of this. I didn't start Girls Go Time officially until August of 2020, last year, in the midst of it. But just because I didn't start to then, it's what is this? It's April. You wouldn't know I started in August of 2020 because I don't present myself like that. So you got to stop presenting yourself as if you just
Listen,
you can't do it. You have
like
to
you just stepped off the boat or something. Like, come on,
exactly. You have to
come
present
on
yourself
now.
like I belong here. Like this
That's
is
right.
my arena. This is my
That's
expertise.
right.
This is how I can help you. This is the product or a service that I provide, and I do it well. So you can choose to work with me. You can choose somebody else, but there might be a little regret over there because you were supposed to work with me. And a lot of times people say, "Oh, well, I've been thinking about working with you," and then they see the price. Well, a lot of then they say, "Well, God sent me. Well, God knew how much I was gonna charge. So what you gonna do about it? Like, He ain't making a
Hello, say that again. God knew how much I was going to charge
He
you.
told me to charge it. So we all in this together. We all in this together. So you cannot say, "Oh, well, let me go pray about it." You prayed about it. He sent you here. And now you're praying again. What you praying about? Because that investment, hearts and treasures end up in the same place. So
That's
it will
right.
pull on your heartstring and say, "Oh, am I gonna give this up? Oh, well, what if I don't get the return?" All that stuff. You worried about the next steps, but you got to take the first step because
That's
it could
right.
be the best investment you ever make in your life.
That's
And not
right.
only that, it could connect you to people. Me and Grace wouldn't even know each other if we both had not made that investment.
Thank
Right?
you.
So there are other people that
Y'all would not be watching this live to right now.
wouldn't even be happening. But we both made that investment, and of
That's
the other
right.
people in the group, we're connected. We all made that investment. So you have to start connecting yourself to people that are willing to make the same type of investment as you are. And once you have made a certain level of investment, you won't have that scared spirit of charging
That's
for a
right.
certain price because you did it. Right. So once you can charge that price, and once you make that investment, you can charge a little bit higher because you understand the value that you're going to give out, and you know what it's like to give that type of investment and want that return. You're going to work harder. If you don't make no investment, you might show up 2 days a week, and that's it. But if you
That's
make an
it.
investment, baby, you're going to be on it. You're going to be
Baby.
email marketing. You're going to be doing everything you can.
I tell people all the time. I say that all the time to my clients and people I tell to, even my patients. You have to make an investment in yourself. It's going to stretch you. If you don't have high expectations for yourself, you're not going to have a bar to meet. You're not going to show up. You're not going to show up in confidence. You're not going to be committed. You're not going to be consistent. What are you committed and consistent with if you're not even setting those high expectations? What are you reaching for? You're not reaching for nothing. You're reaching for being a bottom feeder and the bottom of the totem pole. You have to set high expectations for yourself so you have a higher standard to reach to. So
Exactly.
if you don't invest in yourself and stretch yourself, you're not gonna make it, baby. It don't matter what business you're in. It doesn't matter what you're called to do, whether it's business or your career, or your personal, whatever it is that you're doing. If you don't set those high bars for yourself, you have nothing to meet, and you're
Mm.
gonna show up just like that. If you just say, "Yeah, you worry about the next step without making the first step," absolutely, that was a good nugget to drop. Why are you? How many confirmations do you need to decide what you're gonna do?
Baby,
How
go
many
in there like
confirmations? Don't even get me started. You want a burning bush and the bird to fly before you get confirmation? Well, God sent me to you. You see the price. Oh, I gotta pray about it. Okay, did you not pray before you came up in here? Come on now. Stop it.
stop
It's the
stop
same. Go ahead.
using that. Stop putting that on God. Like
Don't
stop
put that
using
on
it as a
God.
scapegoat. He is not. He is the person that sent you. You all prayerful, and then now it's like,
Listen.
oh wait, maybe I didn't hear God right. Yes, you did. You
Yes,
ain't
you
never doubted
did.
God before in your life, but now you doubt him because you see it.
Nah, you come on now. We ain't no, that's just ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
the same people that say they need a word. How many seasons do you need to say a word? You need to go and obey the last
Mhm.
word you got. As you
The
said,
last
you worry
one.
about the next step without making the first step. You need to go do that word that you got and stop asking for another word. Yes, God ain't schizophrenic. He sure ain't. He ain't confused. She wrote, God ain't schizophrenic. He sure ain't. He is
He
not
is not.
double-minded.
He is
Okay.
not. He is not. So
Okay.
we know who he
Stop,
told you to
stop
go to.
this. Stop
Crazy.
this foolishness.
And every time you do that, you're holding yourself back. You're
That's
wasting
right.
time. Because guess what? If you waste time too long, the next time you go back to that person, the price is gonna be higher, and you're really gonna be sick because you could have made that
You could have made that
you could have made
investment.
that investment the first time. It was gonna stretch you thin, but now it seems like it's pretty much out of reach. But if you don't move when he tells you to move, like he knew the price was gonna increase. That's why he sent you
That's
when
why
he
he gave, right. That's why he sent you, because he already knew. Because that person you're going to, they're elevating too. You don't want that person that you're going to as an expert. They're going to invest in themselves as well. Hey, Tab, hey, girl. You don't want your coach to be stagnant neither. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Your coach has to invest in themselves, invest in their business, invest in their expertise so they can provide that excellent service to you. So you absolutely right. Their price is going to go up.
Mhm.
So you better come when you feel a little uneasy. Don't come, then you be on the gurney all passed out or whatever. Like, ma'am, you should have came when the price was what it is. The price
Yeah.
don't went up, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love what you said about the millionaire thing. Like, how many times? Yes, you don't want no stale, stagnant coach. Travis always come in with the good stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? As you said about the millionaire thing, how many times I see that? And granted, I think we should speak what we want to see,
Yeah.
but you also need to put in the work. Faith without works is dead, baby. Okay, so you here speaking all this stuff, and you want God to manifest all these things, and I'm not. And purpose is attached. Provision is attached to purpose. Don't get it twisted.
Mhm.
But you need to do the work. You need to do the work. You need to invest in yourself. You need to get the right expertise, the right person to help support and hold you accountable and move you further. Okay. You need to get the right systems in place. You need to plan. This stuff does not just happen. God ain't no genie. This thing don't just happen. Okay, I want this. And then it
Yeah.
happens like that. No, you need to put it in the work. You need to be committed and consistent and show up. Stop operating on a deficit. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous, and I
Yeah.
get burnt up when I see kingdom people doing this mess. I'm like, y'all attached to the king
Yeah.
and y'all operating like this. Like, what you ain't represent the kingdom.
YouTube University is only gonna get you so far. Like it is. It's only gonna get you so far. Free resources are only going to get you
Gonna
so
get you so
far.
far.
Now it'll help you in the beginning, but
Mhm.
again, eventually, and not even eventually, you're gonna need to start making those investments.
Yes,
Start.
sis.
You can't just say, "Oh well, one day, year 10, I'm gonna make an investment." You're not gonna get there. So don't even worry about year 10 because you're not gonna make it to year 10 because
Mm-mm.
you are going to struggle. Like making those investments help you to not be on the struggle bus. Like like the
Listen.
coaches and the people they pull you off the bus and say, come on, there's a better way to do this. And if
Mm-mm.
you decide, oh, well, I feel like I should struggle, I feel like I should, then go for it. But your customers are going to have a struggle
That's
experience
right.
because you're not going to be able to hire the teams that you need to. You're not going
Mm-hmm.
to be able to produce the way that you should be. And then you're wondering what happened. Well, it wasn't your product, it wasn't your service, it was you.
That's right.
You the problem. And you didn't early enough identify that, or if you identified it, you didn't do anything
Do
about it.
anything with it.
And that's on you. So if it doesn't work out, you can't go to God and say, well, God, you told me to do this. You're gonna say, well, I told you to do this, this, and this, and you said no.
And you skipped it. You trying to get to the end result. You skipped, as you said, you skipping step 2. You got the logo and your business status, but you done skipped step 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you want to be a millionaire. How does that work?
And then I see so many people saying, oh, well, I want to do business coaching, but I got to get inventory. Why are you buying more inventory to sit in your living room? Why? Because you don't know how to sell it. So why you got it, but ain't nobody gonna buy it because nobody know about you. But you rather invest in the inventory because you feel like, oh, I spent this money, now I got this. But what good is it if it's just sitting in your living room?
That's
And
right.
then doing giveaways every day and people still not buying it. The money that you're spending on the inventory, invest in the coach so they can teach you how to sell
Get
it,
you where you need to
how to
be.
market it, and then it'll be profitable. But people spending their money on the wrong things.
Tabitha said, she's laughing. She's like, why are you buying more inventory to sit in your living room? Bothering.
Like that's what they
Be bringing.
do.
She is funny. That's true. Danielle had it right. You buying all this inventory and you're sitting in your living room. Like when you could have invested in someone that can support you. Yeah, invest smarter.
Yeah.
Just invest smarter. That makes a whole lot of sense, because in the long run, it will pay off in the long run. I'm telling you, my first investment in a coach, I was
Yeah.
and it wasn't just a coach. I had investors going to stay in a hotel and the flight for 4 days. But I thank God for that opportunity because I was able to, it wasn't just about learning the framework. I was able to connect with a lot of women that I know now right from that conference I went to.
Yeah.
And then they connected me to other people. So that's how it works, and then you build that community around you where you can get different resources. So the investment is not just about, okay, I'm putting my money in. What are you getting? What's the value?
Yeah.
That value is priceless. Actually, what you paying for that it's really chump change.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to, I'm not counting nobody's pockets side, but I'm telling you, it's really what I've gotten from that. What I've gotten from every investment I've made has been a return.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that value of what you're investing in, it has a long-term return,
Exactly. And people do it for college, right? They'll invest to go to college and
You sure will.
they're hoping to get a better job, but you won't do it in your business.
You
Like
won't.
we have a different mentality when it's, oh, well, I'm an adult and all this stuff. No, the same level of investment. You can spend $56,000 and you won't spend $200 for business. Like you want to invest $200 in your business, but you got student loans out the wazoo.
Girl,
But
don't get me
$200
started.
for a workshop, you're like, well, I don't know, and you ain't think twice when it was time to go to college because they told you higher education was the way to go, right? And it has helped. It has been super helpful because the degree I have has helped me get to here, but I'm not about to charge you $30 for the degree I paid for either. Because you
Sure
get
ain't.
free knowledge that I got from that class and I had to pay thousands of dollars for it.
Ma'am, don't get me started. I work a 9 to 5 and I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I work in private practice. Okay. I didn't overnight become a board certified psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. I invested over 8 years of my life in school. I should just want to be a psychiatrist and call me Dr. Any daggone way. That's what I should have done. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the stuff that I'm bringing is not just for my degree, but all the experiences and everything I have and what I do in the clinical practice now. I'm sorry, I don't apologize for my prices. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't apologize for my prices because I understand the investment I made in myself so I can be of service to you. That way, I didn't have all this stuff before. So when you approach someone like myself or Danielle, we're trying to get you to the next level and this is what you want, then why not invest in yourself? We are saving you headache. Because I wish I had someone to push me forward and all that stuff back in the day. I didn't have that through school. I didn't have the mentorship. I didn't have none of that stuff. I had to figure it out on my own. So what I'm doing is I'm sharing with you. We are sharing with you things that so you don't have to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
That in itself is priceless. That in itself is priceless. So if you're paying $500 for a workshop, I don't see what the problem is. I'll be honest. If you're paying 10 stacks or more for a program, I don't see what the problem is. When and the other end, what are you look at the stuff that you're going to gain?
Yeah.
Okay, look at the stuff you're going to gain. And then when you get that, you can be able to put those, when you make that investment, then you can be able to put that into whatever you're doing in your business. Okay, in your business. So you can get that return as well. So you guys we just got to start investing smart and start thinking of the long term, not instant gratification. Well, I didn't get a return. I just invested this $200, $300, $400, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Immediately. No, you got to think about the long term. And if you're in this for longevity, trust me, you're going to be paying more than 10 stacks. You stay in business long enough. Okay.
Exactly.
You're going to be paying more than 10 stacks, not just a program or workshop, hiring people. All right. Getting people to, having people do your ads, all this stuff that you're doing, helping you build your business. You're going to be paying more than that, baby. So you need to think of longevity. You need to think of, we're talking about generational legacy here. We're talking about impact. We're talking about our children's children. Like Beyonce said, my kids are going to be on the Forbes list. Okay. So y'all need to get over this fear of investing. Because as long as you want to stay in business for long term, you're going to consistently invest. Get used to it. Get used to it. All right. Danielle and I just snatched enough of y'all edges and eyebrows and nostrils, your nose hairs, whatever y'all got for today. We just snatched enough. So anyone have any questions for us? If you have any questions, we can answer for you. And then obviously we'll drop our deets down and what we have going on. And you can check us out and stay connected. Anyone have any questions? Tabitha said the people don't have anything left to snatch. Well, you already know how I roll. That's just what it is. And Danielle came with a punch. Danielle from the beginning came. I was like, ma'am, you done ease the people in and like, good Lord, you done came out just like. Yeah. She's like, uppercut, that's right here. I ain't never seen that side of you. I love it.
Look, all this stuff when I was sleeping on myself, that's all you get, all of it now. Because I need to wake you up instantly. Like I can't shake you up. We just gotta chop up. Like, oh, okay, we here now. Yeah, we made it. Yeah.
Yes. So Tabitha said, what do we have to offer? So Danielle, you drop your services and your deets, and then I'll let people know.
Okay. So for me, for brand new female entrepreneurs, so you might literally have the logo on the website. You're not seeing the sales and all that stuff. I created a program called the Launching Pad Interactive Program. It is a 3-month program. It includes 4 masterclasses, a self-paced entrepreneurship course, and you get a one-on-one coaching session with me. So this is literally the program that I would put together I put together because I had a lot of the same questions from new entrepreneurs. I was like, wait, let's just make it so that everybody has the same information and that they can go forward with speed and without all of those distractions. And because a lot of times when you get in business, you get distracted real easily. No. We eliminate all that. And the launching pad is to help you get your idea from your mind to the marketplace successfully. Like that is the whole premise of it. And so it is a 3-month program. You can go to girletsgotime.com to apply for that. And I have a workbook that goes along with it that talks about pain points and SWOT analysis and all this stuff that you might, if you're doing business, you might like, what is SWOT? So SWOT is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities,
and threats.
So for those, but a lot of times people get in business and they really don't have an idea of the business jargon. And so I want to help you learn that stuff so you won't feel awkward in situations where you feel like, well, maybe I shouldn't be here. No, you should be there, but you just need some background information. So that's the Launching Pad Interactive Program.
And what's the website again?
Girletsgotime.com.
Girl, and then just it's ITS.
Gotime.com.
Make sure I
And
get
all of the things you can find on Girl Let's Go Time. So I have a 12-month accelerator for established service-based businesses. So if you like, hey, I've been started, I have my business, I have clientele, but I need help retaining them, I need help pricing packages, I just need accountability, I need networking. That is the Grind to Growth Accelerator. A lot of times people start in grind mode just to get started, but then they don't grow. And I want to make sure that you have that networking and accountability piece as well. So it includes a self-paced entrepreneurship course, bi-weekly group coaching, and a private Facebook group to make sure that you are literally growing before our eyes, because in business there should always be growth taking place. And the last thing, my live event is happening here in Dallas, July 3rd, 4th of July weekend. No computers, no nothing. We're not gonna be virtual. I'm gonna get to see your face, and it's called In the Room Where It Happens. When I heard
Amen.
that on Hamilton, I was like, "That's it, right? You need to be in the room
Wow.
where things are happening, because a lot of entrepreneurs they are outside of the rooms. They hearing little pieces, but you need to be in the room where it happens. And the other ladies that are investing, those are the people that you need to be connected to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always an advocate of going to the places where, even if I'm the only person that can go, I'm still going. I've gotten
Mm-hmm.
in my car before I moved to Dallas and drove to Dallas. I got on a flight and flew to Israel, even though I didn't know nobody else that was going to be on the trip. I got on a flight and flew to Africa, even though I didn't know nobody else. So I am an advocate that there are certain places you need to be, and the people around you are not the ones that you're going to be able to go with. You're going to
That's
meet
right.
people once you get there. So in the room where it's happening July 3rd in Dallas, and I'm super excited. It's going to be 2 master classes, professional headshots, networking, co-working, all of the things in a one-day event that will literally change your life, right? Because one connection can change your entire life. You see me and Grayson talking right now out of literally
Come on now.
right? So, and Tabitha is in the comments. That's how we know each other. So you've been wanting that support and all of that stuff. Those things take investments, because the other people that invest
Mhm.
in, those are the people you're supposed to be connected with. So it's
That's right.
not about the coach, it's about the other people that you're gonna have connection with.
Mhm.
So all of that is at girllet'sgotime.com. You can pick up my book there, Girl Let's Go Time.
Amen. Drop that, girl.
Yes, you can get the
Get it
book.
on.
You can get the book. Just go to Girls Go Time. All is there.
Yes,
And
I
book.
put the website at
Okay.
the in the comments too
Yes.
for you. And so also, where can they find you on these social media streets?
Girl is Go Time on
Okay.
Facebook, on Instagram. You can, both of them are at Girl is Go Time. Super easy. Yeah, we connect. I have a free confirmation call, a free 15-minute call. If you like, hey, I think I want this service, I'm not sure. We can talk about what service is best for you, and then we can get you signed up. But I want to make sure that you have no excuses for not winning. Like, if you
No
don't win, it's
excuses.
all on you, because there's
Listen,
no excuses.
if y'all in the same place next year, don't come for me and Danielle, because we gave it all to you
Yeah.
today. We gave it all. So thank you, Danielle, for that. So you guys just go on her website and then check out everything she has to offer. She has all these great things coming up. So go ahead and check her out. Also, for me, I have the Live to Thrive virtual workshop. As I said, I'm a personal development coach, well, transformational coach, life strategist. I do it all. This workshop is actually going to help you learn how to have a balanced lifestyle, because I'm a true believer, like I said in the beginning of this live, I'm a true believer that we can do all things as women. We're not confined to a box, because a lot of times people think if you have a career or business that you can't be present in your home, and I don't believe that. I am a living testament that you can do it. I am a single mom of a soon to be teenager. Okay, I work in private practice as a certified psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. I see over 400 patients. Like last month, I saw almost about over 300 something patients. Plus, I run a business, and plus, listen, I live my life. Okay, I like to go out. I like to do things. things. I'm
Mhm.
with my son. I do all kinds of stuff. So I don't think because you have a wonderful career in a business, you cannot have a personal life. So I do teach a framework where you can be able to do it all and do it all in excellence. So where you can actually register is womanrise.co/live to thrive. I'll also put it in the comments as well. Not only is it a workshop for you guys to be able to learn, you'll get a course book with me. We're also going to do some it's going to have breakout sessions. So the idea is to have that support and accountability. You can kind of work through these things together as a group. Also, we have some giveaways we're going to do, and we have a role play. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to delegate like a boss. For what I do as a living, I have to communicate. So I have to communicate for a living. And as y'all like to see, I love to speak and talk. That's what I like to do. But I think what really keep us struggling is we're not able to delegate. We're not able to delegate responsibilities to other people. Then we find ourselves overwhelmed because we're not passing things out onto other people. So I'm actually going to show you how to do that and not shrink back. Okay. Whether it's in your career, whether it's in your business, or whether it's even in your home, how to delegate. All right. So it is womanarise.co/live to thrive. I'll also put it in here as well for you guys. It is going to be June 12th. This is a virtual event, so you can just roll up. Listen, you ain't gotta be beat. You ain't got your face ain't gotta be done like me and Danielle today. Okay, y'all can just roll up. I ain't gonna judge you. All right. But go ahead and register. It's going to be super dope, and I'm so excited about it as well. You can find me on Instagram at Woman Rise Academy. I'm on Instagram, Miss Grace Enable. I'm Instagram there too as well. And also on social media, smilebiz LLC is my business page. You can find me on Facebook, Grace Essie Enable. I also do speaking engagements. So if you are ever looking for a speaker, you can definitely shoot me an email at smilebizllc.com to shoot me an email, and I'll send you a pre-event questionnaire and we can see if we can work together. Okay. So that's all I got for tonight. You got anything else, Danielle?
No.
Tabitha said we gave it all. She said we gave it all tonight.
Yeah, I think this is all they can handle. I think
I think that's all y'all. I don't think y'all. I think y'all need to go grow some more hair in y'all scalp so we can come back and just pull those too. We can snatch those as well.
we'll have to do a follow up in like December and see like did y'all
But
do
see where y'all
y'all
at. That may be a good idea. That's a good idea. I may bring back some of my expert guests. We do a panel. Y'all
yeah.
ready for that? Y'all think y'all ready for that? I don't know. So next month I'll be bringing someone new. We're going to tackle another area in our life. It's going to be amazing, just like this. I thank Danielle so much for coming on. I'm so honored he was able to be on my show. I do this show once a month. I also have a show, another segment I do for right now. It's called Thrive Time, and we talk about different things, kind of get you to be thriving in your personal and professional life, and that's on Fridays at 2 p.m. So don't be a stranger. Just connect with both of us. Come and join. I'm like this 24/7, except for when I'm asleep. Okay, but I'm always turned up. You will always get something from me. All right, no telling what's gonna come out my mouth. So y'all might want to be in those comments, chats,
Yeah.
right? All right. So Tabitha said, thank you. You're welcome, Tabitha. You're
Thank
welcome. So the replay will be up. You guys can check it out. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great night.
Bye, good night.
Bye.